Hi guys, it's Professor Fernandez, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about capitalization. So capitalization is one of those things that you kind of just need to know just to be able to polish things. It kind of shows the reader the difference between someone who knows what they're doing and someone who's just like throwing spaghetti on the wall to make sure it sticks, right? So there are actually a couple of rules that come up over and over again as you write your essay. So I'm not going to go over all the capitalization rules. I can't because it's 21 rules. Don't ask me how I know. I just know. And so I'm not going to go over all 21 of those rules, but I am going to go over a couple of those rules, the ones that you are going to use probably the most for your English class and for your other classes. I want to make sure that you're well versed. And for other things you may want to look up, especially since you have access to your grammar book and access to a couple of pages that I have scanned for you, so you can go ahead and be well versed in that. So this is the first video that I'm doing about capitalization, just giving you a good overview of what the rules are and how they kind of function. The second video is that we're actually going to go into some things and we're going to tweak and edit just on capitalization. No other grammar things, just capitalization. So you may see some grammar things. I'm pretty sure you'll see some other grammar things like a comma's in the wrong place or the period's not correct. That's perfectly fine. But we're just going to concentrate on capitalization rules. So let me get started. I want to go ahead and do a screen share with you guys. So that way you can see things that I write as I'm writing them. Okay, so here we are. So you should see on your screen my little iPad here, and I can write on it, say hello, hi. All right, so capitalization, yes. There's a couple of rules of capitalization. I want to change colors, but I don't think I can. No, I cannot, not at this moment anyway. There it is. There's a couple of things you kind of need to know about capitalization, right? The purpose of capitalization is not really to emphasize anything. It's not an emphasize thing. It's not like you can highlight things and make it italic or bold or highlight it to just say, this is an important word. It's not really that. We capitalize things for a lot of different reasons. One, it's a proper name or a proper noun or a proper adjective. Like you need to capitalize it because that's the actual name of the thing. Other things like capitalizing the word I, I'm not quite sure why that is. I don't know the etymology of the word I, but if you do, folks who are on YouTube and watching this, please do leave a comment in the comment section. I would love to know why we capitalize the word I. Okay, so let's get started. First things first, proper nouns and adjectives. Proper nouns and adjectives. Let's go. Let's actually do this correctly here. There you go. All right. Proper nouns and adjectives. That's pretty much what it means. You have to think of like the British way of using the word proper. Then proper means the legit name or the actual name of something. So if you are going to write Samsung, you actually have a Samsung phone, TV, whatever digital apparatus you have, you're going, that's an N by the way, you're going to capitalize Samsung in any instance, right? If you are going to say, write the name of like your best friend. Maybe their name is Marianne and that's how they spell it. You're gonna capitalize her name, right? So things like the Washington Monument. It is capitalized because that is the actual name of that structure. So if we're going, say, like on campus, right? and we're looking at the names on buildings on our campus. And we know that the place where they sell food and you get your books at the bookstore is called the Student SCC, Student Campus Center, I believe is what it is. If the SCC does not stand for that, please do remind me what it stands for. I don't remember it off the top of my head. It's been a while. So it's the Student Campus Center. It's the proper name of that particular building when you go get food and you go get your book. That means you capitalize the first letter of each word because that is the proper name of that building, right? So that's what proper nouns are. Right? So anything that has a name, anything that has an actual title, right? You're going to capitalize it. No questions asked at all. Now, what if we're talking about titles? What if there is a title? What if we're talking about a president? Maybe President Sam Smith, right? Oh, there's a lot of capitalization here. First of all, Sam Smith is capitalized because that's his actual name, right? Sam Smith. But is the word president capitalized? Yes, absolutely. In this instance, it is a title. And anything that is a title, right? If someone has an actual title, you capitalize that. So what if we were to say Sam Smith, president, has been to campus. Do we capitalize the P in that instance? No, we do not. So whenever we use a title before a name, right, we're actually saying President so-and-so, Vice President so-and-so, Aunt May, Uncle Gene, Uncle, I'm trying to remember the name of the uncle in Spider-Man. My brain is fried. It's the end of the week. Please do comment and let me remind me the name of the uncle from Spider-Man. That's capitalized. So Aunt May, both of these are capitalized. But if we were to say May, who is Peter Parker's aunt, came to my school. If we were to say that, an aunt, I should write that a lot better so you can actually see it. Do we capitalize the A in aunts? Absolutely not, because we're not addressing May by her title being aunt. We're just saying she happens to be Peter Parker's aunt. Peter Parker's not his own aunt. So we do not capitalize the aunt here. So another word that has to be capitalized and is capitalized at every instance, no exceptions, is the word I. So Peter and I went to go see MJ. See how I is capitalized here? It is always capitalized. When it is a word, if it's in the middle of a word like bike, you don't capitalize the word. It's in the middle of the word, right? You don't capitalize the I. But when the I is used as an actual, its own word, like this is always capitalized. So let's say we have an instance like, We have a couple of things here that we need to consider. All right, the king and I sang a song and then had Papa John's pizza. So first and foremost, don't at me about Papa John's pizza. I picked Papa John's pizza off the top of my head. I have no preference. Well, I do have a preference, but I'm not going to tell you. So don't at me about Papa John's pizza. However, let's look at what we can capitalize here. Let's look at the phrase the king. Now, do we capitalize the K? Remember what I said about titles and how and when they are capitalized. There's no one here being referenced. It's not King James or King Richard, King Sam or whatnot, right? Or even Queen, right? So we're not really addressing anyone. We're just saying the king. So it's not capitalized. So the king stays not capitalized. Now, how about the word I? Remember what I just said about the word I. In all instances, the word I is capitalized. So that will be capitalized. Now, let's look at Papa John's and think about what I said about proper nouns and adjectives. Is that the actual name of this pizza place? It is. Papa John's is capitalized. So we have three things we should capitalize in the sentence for it to be correct. One thing to delete, Papa John's pizza. Of course, if you're a pizza snob, you will probably want to delete that. But if you're not, you would just capitalize the word I. You would capitalize the P in Papa, the J in John's, because you got to. The I, because you always capitalize the word I. If I is a word by itself, you have to capitalize it. And of course, Papa John's is the proper name of that pizza place. Boom, done. Okay, so we went over three rules here. Let's go over something that can be a little sticky here. These are the cardinal directions, and the combination of those cardinal directions: north, south, east, west. Now, all of these are never capitalized except if they are part of a name or describe a region. For example, Aunt May and Peter Parker are from the northeast. Is northeast capitalized? It is. Just the end though, northeast, because we're talking about a region of the country, right? If we said something like Peter Parker went north on Broadway, do we capitalize the word north? We do not in this instance. We do not capitalize the word north because it is a direction, right? We never capitalize directions unless they are part of the name or describing a region or an area, right? A region of the country, like you're from the south, you're from the north. So if they're saying something like, my friend James is from North Carolina, do you capitalize North Carolina? Absolutely. There's actually two rules at play here, right? there's the original rule, proper names or proper nouns and adjectives. That's actually the actual name of that state. But you also have a cardinal rule, right? And you remember, if it's part of the name, you got to capitalize it. So North Carolina. Aha. So if we said something along the lines of, hmm, hmm. I'm really testing your marble knowledge here. It's also testing my knowledge as well. Okay, so we have a couple things here. I have two sentences that we're going to look at here to see if we know our capitalization rules. So Wanda Maximoff is capitalized, and that is correct because Wanda Maximoff is her name. Like, you got to capitalize names. That's just the deal. Like, you capitalize names. You capitalize your name, you capitalize my name. Professor is my first name. Fernandez is my last name. You capitalize the P in professor. Capitalize the F in Fernandez. Okay, so that's correct. Yay! The vision, this is tricky, right? Is the vision capitalized? True Marvel fans know that the vision is not capitalized, it's just vision. You don't capitalize the vision. Though, no, you don't capitalize. I've never seen the vision capitalized. Of course, if you're a Marvel fan and you have seen it capitalized, please let me know. But for the most part, I've never seen the vision capitalized. I've always heard him refer in the MCU as Vision, right? So Vision is capitalized because that's his name, right? So they went to live in New Jersey. If you have watched WandaVision, then you know of this. So is New Jersey capitalized? Absolutely. Those two rules, it's cardinal and it's a proper name. So New Jersey is capitalized. They went north on the freeway. So do we capitalize the word north? Absolutely not, because that is a direction. They went in a singular direction. And so they went north on the freeway before hitting the George Washington Bridge. Is George Washington capitalized? It is. Not only because it is a proper name, because it is, but that's actually the name of this particular bridge, right? So the actual name of the bridge is George Washington. If we said that they were going north on the freeway before hitting the bridge, we wouldn't capitalize anything because it could be any old bridge. So George Washington is the actual name of this bridge. We capitalize the G, we capitalize the W, and we wish Wanda and Vision well in their wonderful new community. Okay. So the last two things I want to talk about is subjects. And I'm talking about subjects like school subjects. So things like English for sure, math, algebra, etc. Right? History. If we are referring to the actual class, history class, English class, math class, algebra class, we capitalize these subjects. any other instance of this, we don't capitalize them. It's weird. I don't make the English rules. I just enforce them. Go take it up with like your like with your time machine and go back in time and talk to some British people who made this rule. Okay. So if they're an actual class, if you're discussing English class, or even your English teacher, right? If you're going to say, my English teacher, you would capitalize the word English, right? Now, I'm going to throw a wonderful boomerang for you. We're capitalizing English because of a subject, not because it is a title to that teacher, right? So you wouldn't say my Aunt May. You don't do that. No. We just go my Aunt May. But why, Professor Fernandez? I thought that aunt was a title and you capitalize the titles. Ah, yes. Yes. Here's again another reason why you want to go into your time machine and you'll talk to like the originators of the English language. So whenever you're talking about you owning something, so it's my Uncle Jerry, Peter Parker's Aunt May, it's not capitalized. It's when aunt or uncle or president or vice president or emperor or whatever that title is, when they are by themselves in front of a name. That's it. Whenever someone takes possession of it, that capitalization goes away. No, don't ask me. I just enforce the rules. Okay, so we have that. If there's subjects in the class, you capitalize it, right? And so the last thing is calendars. Calendar stuff. So obviously, months of the year capitalized, January through December, right? But also, we kind of forget things like fall, autumn, right? Spring, summer, and your favorite and mine, I say that with a little bit of sarcasm, winter. Okay, so months of the year capitalized, but these bad boys not capitalized at all. So I came back in the fall of 2000, or poor Peter, we picked on him all day today. Fall is not capitalized at all. Spring, summer, winter, never, ever, ever capitalized. They're just never capitalized unless they're at the beginning of a sentence, right? So those are your rules. Those are the big rules that I see, other than, of course, your basic, let's capitalize the first word in a sentence, right? So the ones that we covered today are the proper noun and adjectives. And I'm writing these down just in case you want to look them up a little bit more, if you want to Google them to get a little bit more insight. Of course, you are welcome to look at your little Seagull handbook, and you're definitely welcome to look at the pages that I've Xeroxed for you that will help you. But if you wanted additional stuff, I'm giving you the names of these rules if you wanted to do more research, because some of you probably really like grammar and you kind of want to know. Okay, so capitalizing the word I. This is when we capitalize I in every instance when is used as its own word, no exceptions. Then we have titles, where how titles are capitalized. Cardinal directions. subjects, and calendar. So these are the rules that we went over today, those 6 rules, and probably the ones you're going to use the most. There are other capitalization rules. Like I said, there's 21 of them. So there's many left. But, and of course, you already know a 7th is capitalize the first word of the sentence. So there you have it. These are the ones you're probably going to use the absolute most as you go about your wonderful and illustrious career as a college student. Let me know if you have any questions. Of course, if you're on YouTube and you have questions for me, you're welcome to put them in the comments box. I will do my best to answer them. Of course, if you're one of my students on my campus, you know how to get me. You can definitely email me, or you can definitely use the office hours. All right, guys, thank you very much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.